Alright guys, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to How to Speedrun Final Fantasy 7, and this is part 14, where we're going to be wrapping up Disc 1, which includes us getting the Lunar Harp, the Shell Hut skip, and then everything with the Jenova life fight. Don't get Aqualung. Alrighty, so when you wake up in the house here, don't forget to grab the X potion that's right here, then just exit the town. Alright, you're going to open the menu here. You're gonna bring Sid in the party. And trade Barret for Sid. And then you're just gonna back row Sid. Even though we are on ATB wait, there's only one encounter that we're gonna get before the next boss fight. So we don't need to... change ATB just for one random encounter. And also, this encounter in particular, if you didn't exit Demon's Gate with a limit break, you're going to want to get ready to get a limit break on this next following fight. Yep, just take the boat to Bone Village. Alrighty, and once you've arrived in Bone Village, talk to this guy, just match the dialogue, which automatically starts digging for the Lunar Harp. So, right out the gate, what you want to do is you just instantly want to order the search and mash square. This is going to finish the search and explode the bomb. And during this animation of you running and all of these screens popping up, you're already going up the ladder. And by the time this final box comes up, so you're ready to like finish the sequence, you're already standing in the spot right here where you need to dig for the Lunar Harp. Again, that looks like this. We confirm the search, blow it up, and while all of the dialogue is processing, we've already moved to where we need to be so that we just finish that dialogue and press square. Yeah, just like that. Then you get the Lunar Harp from the box, and you proceed. Alrighty, so upon arriving in the Ancient Forest, step count is going to be live in this screen. So what you want to do is just get this water ring right here. And proceed onwards. Alrighty, so one thing to note is, if you need a limit break with Cloud, what you're going to want to do is get the fight in this screen. You're definitely going to want to get the fight in this screen. If you don't need a limit break with Cloud, get your fight in the following screen. Because the fight in this screen is way easier to get your limit break on. Also, this is the point where you're going to want to hyper to get Fury to make it easier to get a limit break. You don't want to do it before digging for the Lunar Harp, because digging for the Lunar Harp makes you rest, which will remove any statuses you have on the characters. Yeah, you would get the fight, and you would just sit in this fight until you get the limit break. Okay. Just like that, you leave the fight with the limit break. And then from here, if you force the fight on this screen, you move into the next screen. And then if you got the fight on this screen, you need to walk 16 steps. So if you got the fight on this screen, you do it after the fight. If you got the fight on the prior screen, you walk the 16 steps right now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There you go. And you proceed to the City of the Ancients. Make a right turn. You're gonna go straight to this house right here. Alrighty, so this right here is the Shell Hut skip. Which, I'll show you what happens normally. Normally, you come here, and you sleep. You sleep, and you get this whole cutscene here, where you're trying to decide what to do, and then you eventually decide to go find Eris. Point is that takes forever. And we actually have the ability to skip it. So what you're gonna do is, you see there's a box on the floor right below us. There's this box right here. We actually have the ability to grab this from the floor above at the same exact time that we're initiating the rest sequence. So, if you're at the exact position that I'm in right now, the visual cue that I look for is Cloud's foot here. It kind of corresponds to this piece of wood. It's in the lower area. When you have this, you can menu buffer running to the right and confirming, and you will be in the perfect setup to open the box and confirm the rest. And from here, there's gonna be a couple things that happen, because it wants to open the rest sequence, but as a result, the screen turns black. So yeah, there's two different scenarios that can happen here with the screen fading to black. This one is the first one, where you open and close the menu right out the gate, and you have the ability to see Cloud. And this is important because there's an enemy skill in the top of the room that you want to grab during the sequence. You do waste time by opening and closing the menu, of course, but you have the ability to see Cloud. And then once the resting sequence is finished, it will teleport you where it wants you to be. So yeah, we're here. And then you notice that Tifa and Sid spawned in here. And as a result of them spawning in, we're actually soft locked and can't grab the ladder. Because yeah, that is a thing with this where if you fail to grab the ladder before your party members spawn in, you're soft locked and you can't grab the ladder. So you need to quickly run and grab the ladder once you've teleported. But now, the advanced way of doing this is to grab the enemy skill with blind movement. And that is done like this. So, you might want to pay attention to my inputs on screen, because we're going up, diagonal, and then up. You do up, diagonal, and then up. So, again, it's gonna kind of look like this. Or diagonal up, diagonal up. Yeah, diagonal up, diagonal up. It pretty much works. You just need to, like, familiarize yourself with what you're moving around here. Like, you need to move diagonal to get around the bed, and then you need to move diagonal to get around this corner to reach the enemy skill. But to save additional time here, we do need to actually do a menu to set up for the next boss fight. And we're gonna do that during the resting animation. So that is gonna look something like this, where you do the blind movement, and then once you grab the enemy skill, you open the menu. And you're good on having this menu open until you close it. You have all the time in the world to do this menu, and once you close it, it teleports you here, and you have to be ready to grab the ladder. The menu itself is pretty simple. Pretty simple. You're gonna go to item, make everybody sad so they take 30% less damage, and go into equip. And Cloud needs the water ring, which is always going to be the second ring. And Tifa needs the Gigas armlet. So you're gonna do that, and then you want to press L1 and square at the same exact time, because you want to give Sid this top enemy skill. It's important you give him the one with Big Guard, Death Sentence, and Laser. We're going to be giving Tifa the empty one. So again, we are sitting here in Tifa's equip, but if we L1 and square, we are instantly in Sid, and we can give him an enemy skill. And then we're going to R1 over to Tifa, and we are going to place that enemy skill over counterattack, because we actually don't want counterattack anymore. So So we're just going to replace it with the empty enemy skill. And the reason why we're doing this is now we have a enemy skill on every character. So we can learn Magic Breath in Disc 2. This sets us up to learn Magic Breath on 3 enemy skills in Disc 2. And once you've equipped the enemy skills, you know, you're already good. You should be on ATB weight from before, unless if you changed it after Demon's Gate. And everybody's back road, you know, everything's fine. Just make sure you make it to the ladder. So the full setup's gonna look like this. The character's just re-entered Cloud. So you're going to run down, set up the foot, menu buffer, hit the skip, grab the enemy skill, tranquilize, water ring, Gigas Armlet, enemy skill, and then Tifa gets the empty enemy skill over the counterattack. And then just make sure you grab the ladder before you soft lock, and that is the Shell Hut skip. But alrighty, so after the Shell Hut, you're just gonna make your way to the main area. Alrighty, and then once you enter this room in here, there's actually something cool you can do. You see this comment materia that's right above us? You actually have the ability to grab it from the floor below. And the way I do this is I go slightly past it, and then once you've been past it, just hold up and L1 and mash circle. You will get it every time. It's so easy. Just L1 circle, and I'm just walking. You could probably do it running. Yeah, you can do it running too. So like, you enter. If you were to enter the screen, just that easy. And then you go down the staircase. But alrighty, City of the Ancients here. Thing about this movement here is, you know, some people are very confused about the ways that they need to move the D-pad here. Literally, all you need to do is repeatedly press left. Just repeatedly press left. And then from here, you want to put yourself in position. So one thing to note about this is, if you're holding X while confirming to proceed things, Cloud runs here. Notice how Cloud ran to Eris. If I'm not holding run, Cloud is going to walk to Eris. Okay, but once you have locked in place, if you are holding X still, you cannot proceed with... Oh, well, you kind of can. You need to be, like, frame perfect to proceed your circle press. So what you kind of want to do is, like... So you're going to press circle once to bring out the sword. And then from here, it's a circle press to get him to lock into position, where you're going to want to be holding X to get him to run into the position faster. But once he's already locked into position, don't be holding X and keep mashing circle. Just like that. Alrighty, so this brings us to Jenova Life. And there's a couple different things you can do for Jenova. We actually have no way of actually game overing during this fight. Because since Cloud has the water ring, all of Jenova Life's moves are water-based. If Jenova chooses to open with a move called Aqualung, while we do have opportunities to back it up, because it kills everybody except for Cloud, it may be counterintuitive to try to constantly resurrect people, because Jenova can instantly just kill them. But what we want to do here is to kill Jenova Life in a similar way that we killed Red Dragon, where we're going to paralyze it with Cross Slash and kill it with death blows that are hitting 100% of the time since the enemy is paralyzed. If this is done correctly, Jenova gets one move and only one move. And if it isn't Aqualung, we have survived. I will show you guys the regular version and the backup version. And the normal strategy will only slightly change if Tifa is the one that is targeted by Jenova. If anyone else is targeted, you'll do it the same way. Let's see what happens. All right, so the way you're gonna set this up is you just go from right to left. You're gonna have Cloud Big Guard. You are going to have Sid Death Sentence on Tifa. And then you are gonna have Tifa hold a Molotov. And Tifa is going to throw that Molotov on herself eventually. Alrighty, so right here, because that attack targeted Tifa, we are going to have Tifa throw the Molotov on herself. And there's a couple things that we need to do during this period of time. While Tifa's Molotov is going through, Cloud needs to get cross-slash through. He absolutely needs to get cross-slash through. This needs to happen immediately after the Molotov. And then you're already holding time with Sid in the item menu. That's going to look like this. Just like that. So, from here, imagine if Tifa did not get hit first by Jenova. If she did not, she is not in critical HP right now. She's got around 400 or so. Or maybe very high 300s. So this Molotov that we have queued with Sid, if Tifa did not take the first turn, you are throwing it on Tifa so that she gets into critical HP. Since Tifa is already in critical HP, I am purely just throwing the Molotov so that it gives me time to hold time in place and maneuver to death blow with Tifa and then re-hold time with Cloud. And then from here, you're going to be doing weight tricking similar to Red Dragon to be able to control time and kill Jenova before she gets unparalyzed. Luckily, this one, you only need 3 death blows instead of 4, so it's not as tight as Red Dragon. That's gonna look something like this. And again, if you're struggling on the motion of controlling paralysis time, you might want to continually practice Red Dragon. Because it is done the same way. It's done the same way, and we're going to do this a couple more times throughout the run. So, it's a motion you're going to want to get used to. If Jenova happens to get loose, you can keep trying to death blow. You know, best of luck to you. Again, if people start dying, just remember, you can't lose this fight. Jenova cannot kill Cloud, so. But alrighty, so what happens if you get Aqualunged? What happens if you get Aqualunged? Let's see. Alrighty, so if you happen to get Aqualunged, what you actually want to do is you want to throw a Phoenix down on Sid with Cloud, and then you're going to be waiting for an attack with Jenova, and you want it to hit Cloud, because if it hits Sid, Sid is dead. And that's going to look like this. Alrighty, so once you're finally in a situation like this where Jenova has casted Aqualung, you've resurrected Sid, Jenova's done one more move that did not hit Sid. It hit Cloud, and you have 2 full time bars. So what you want to do here is you want to Phoenix down Tifa, and then hold time in place with Sid, so that once Cloud's time bar is empty, you want to initiate a big guard with Sid, and then during that big guard animation, you want to cross slash with Cloud. And once you've put through Cross Slash with Cloud, you actually want to hold time in place with Tifa. So that's going to look like this. You're going to cast through Big Guard, and then you're going to Cross Slash with Cloud, and then sit here on Death Blow with Tifa. And once you have Jenova Life paralyzed here, you're in this situation where Tifa is the only person with time here. And so what you want to do is very quickly, when somebody gets their time here, you want to switch and apply Death Sentence on Tifa, and then instantly hold time with the other character. That's going to look like this. You really don't have much time to work with, because remember, you're dealing with the limited paralysis time. So again, we are going to release time with Tifa. We are going to Death Sentence with the character, and then hold time with the other character. And that's going to look like this. And then it's very important that during the end of this Death Sentence animation, that is when we put the Death Blow through and then rehold time with Sid so that we leak no paralysis time. We need absolutely all the paralysis time that we can deal with here, because we had to actually give up paralysis time to refill the ATB bars so that Tifa can get Death Sentence in general. And it's 3 death blows to kill and you're good. Alternatively, if you don't want to go and try to do backup Aqualung strats, all you have to do is wait out the fight and Jenova eventually runs out of MP. And then from there, you can just resurrect your party and just delete Jenova and she's not able to attack you. And then you just wrap up disc 1 here with some dialogue. Save the game if you wanna. And, yeah, that is the end of disc 1.